New details breaking today about Prince Andrew's alleged involvement with Jeffrey Epstein's underage sex ring. The prince is being sued in civil court by Virginia Giuffre, who alleges he raped her when she was under 18. And now a secret agreement from 2009 has been made public where Virginia was paid $500,000 by Jeffrey Epstein to not take legal action against anyone who could be described as a, quote, potential defendant related to him. Prince Andrew's legal team says that payoff should release him from liability as one of the potential defendants. So does that mean Prince Andrew may never face a judge? Here to discuss, veteran criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Mark Eiglarsh. Welcome back to the show.
My pleasure.
So people want to see someone pay for these crimes. You know, obviously,
Right.
Jeffrey Epstein was guilty. Ghislaine Maxwell is guilty. They both trafficked these girls to other people. They want to see someone pay for it, and Prince Andrew is the closest thing. But what does this legal document say about whether or not he could face prosecution or a civil penalty?
Well, the language is pretty clear. It says anyone who could have been a potential defendant, she shall not bring a lawsuit against them. Okay, well, does that include him? I don't want it to include him, right? Neither do you, because if he did do these horrible things to her, we want him to pay. So let's look at the language. In her complaint, she references that Epstein's peers, including politicians, academians, and specifically royalty. Did these horrible things to, oh yes. So who is she referring to? If we're being intellectually honest, you know she's referring to Prince Andrew. So the question is, how then does a court not think that that was the basis of the bargain, that that was included in the $500,000 settlement?
And she's also asking for his medical records because he had a horribly botched interview on British television where he said, I've never met the girl, the picture was photoshopped, the person's hand in the picture is red, you know, and clearly when you're taking pictures and developing them back in the day when you know, he was allegedly taking advantage of a teenage girl, you'd have those sort of color differences. He also said that he couldn't sweat, that he has a medical condition that he sustained during the war, the Cold War, that made it impossible for him to sweat. So she and her lawyers have said, fine, show us the documentation. Show us the medical documentation that you cannot sweat. And he said, I don't have it. You don't get it. It's not your business.
Right. Well, he doesn't want them to get anything. He wants to say, as a matter of law, cut me loose. You agreed to that with this language. Now, the flip side of that is, wait a second. He wasn't who she contemplated when she made that agreement. He wasn't even related to the Florida lawsuit. He had nothing to do with Florida. And so, you know, this is a different jurisdiction. He has nothing to do with that. And he's not included in the list of defendants who she could potentially bring a claim on behalf of.
So that's what her lawyers are saying. There's a hearing tomorrow to decide whether or not the civil suit gets dismissed. What do you think is going to happen there?
Oh, gosh, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that, because really I've discussed it with my peers, and none of us can agree. We think that the plain language in the agreement, which courts generally like to enforce, right? You guys came up with this agreement. Let's honor the language. So you would think that a court would say, okay, we're cutting him loose because that was contemplated. But I think also I could see the judge doing just the opposite. So if I had to guess, I'm going to say the judge does not dismiss the case.
And then where do we go from there?
Discovery, trial, demands for the records that you discussed, everywhere he doesn't want to go, which is why then I could see a settlement being reached so that this doesn't become any more public than it has.
And I'm sure the Queen is pushing for that because this has already been very damaging and embarrassing for the royal family. Does he have any sort of diplomatic immunity because of his title?
No. And let me tell you something. There's no problem with there being deep pockets behind him. So they want to pay this off. If Epstein paid $500,000, you know, we know what the ballpark is. That's chump change for them. So something tells me that this is going to be resolved, assuming it doesn't get dismissed.
Yes, she wants the crown jewels. And we'll see if she has a day in court. We'll be watching tomorrow to see if the suit does, in fact, get dismissed. like you said, there's a lot of legal argument here on both sides. People don't necessarily like him, but he may have a defense here. All right, Mark, thank you so much.
Yes.
He's still a jerk.
Take care.
Thank you. You're not a jerk. He is. Andrew.